Hello, everyone.
Hello, I am a director.
And I am a YouTuber and mangaka, Boichi. Today is question and answer time. And to our subscribers and viewers, please leave your comments and questions. If you have any questions, concerns, or anything you're curious about manga, don't hesitate to ask. Our channel hopes to progress and evolve together by seeing and sharing questions from aspiring manga artists worldwide, including those from Japan. So, in this video, we will gather and answer questions from our Japanese channel. Before we started, I bought a new t-shirt.
Yeah.
I will wear my new t-shirt for today's video. I purchased it quite some time ago, but I didn't wear it because I wanted to save it. Now I've decided to wear it finally. Wearing new clothes feels great. Now let's proceed with the question and answer. Here are the questions from my Japanese channel. Boichi Sensei, your passion for what you love is amazing. Thank you. You even bought an office space specifically for YouTube. I look forward to your future activities. By the way, why don't you show your face on YouTube? Thank you for your support and questions. Yes, I did purchase an office space specifically for YouTube, but this is just the beginning. I'm working hard to make this place fun. When I first started YouTube, I was very desperate. I felt desperate because many aspiring manga artists worldwide struggle financially and lack opportunities to study or make a debut. If they can't become professional manga artists, they have to give up their dreams and pursue other careers to make a living. And their time and chances are very limited. If they were given access to the manga market or educational programs, they would at least have some time and opportunities. However, most aspiring artists have to decide the course of their lives when they graduate from high school and enter adulthood. So, I started with a sense of urgency, thinking that I need to establish a global manga community as soon as possible. However, starting with such urgency didn't work well. I've wondered if this was the right attitude, and I thought, let's create a fun and positive atmosphere instead. I decided to try to convey enjoyment, so I will show my fans my daily life. Go out for the research for background drawings, and even though it's just a plan, I want to show you my camping trips as well. That was the plan, but honestly, how could a mangaka find the time to go camping? I've bought a lot of camping gear but never actually went camping. Will Boichi ever go camping? Mr. Director, do you think I have a chance to go camping?
Maybe in your dream.
But I keep buying camping gear, even though I haven't gone camping yet. I want to show you the fun and energetic side of a mangaka. That's the reason. Please look forward to my future activities. As for why I don't show my face on YouTube, I actually have no hesitation or resistance to showing my face. However, after becoming a Shonen Jump author and starting my serialization, Dr. Stone, I noticed that most current Shonen Jump authors don't appear publicly or reveal their faces. I think I've been the only one revealing my face here and there, and I never thought that I would become a Shonen Jump author. Inagaki Sensei's great story enabled me to become a Shonen Jump artist like this. Thank you so much, Inagaki Sensei. Anyway, I acted without considering this before. Now, I want to live more like a Shonen Jump author, so I decided not to show my face publicly. And regarding the AI voice dubbing, since I can't speak Japanese and English, I use dubbing. I could use my actual voice and add subtitles. But same here. I noticed that many Shonen Jump authors also keep their voices private. I also wanted to be more careful, so I used an AI voice like that. The voice you hear now is entirely different from my actual voice. My natural voice is... Well, let's stop here. Mr. Director insisted that I should use a deep voice, so we purchased a voice to give an excellent and mature impression. That's why I'm using this voice now. Depending on the situation, my voice may change several times. My actual voice is completely different. It's difficult to find a voice similar to mine. I can't find a light and husky voice available. All the dubbed voices were deep. This English voice is the one Steve chose because it's clear to hear. These are the reasons why I don't reveal my face and voice. However, I've prepared to reveal my new face.
Bum, 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 ba bum.
From now on, I'll use this. It took a lot of time and effort to make this. Now let me try it.
설컹.
From now on, I'll show myself with this face. Now let's read another question. This one is from my Japanese channel again. I'm so happy to be able to see Boichi Sensei's drawing sheets. Thank you. I'm also happy that I can read your comment. Boichi Sensei, what kind of pen tool do you use? That's the question. The pen tool I use this mostly, 99%. It's called the Boichi pen, but I named this pen to share with my staff. But it's just a textured pen. It's the basic pen tool in Clip Studio, so it's nothing special. Well, if I finish the answer here, then it is too short, so if I talk more about the tools that I'm using, as you can see, I'm using Clip Studio. I've received a similar question before. I'm using freeware. What do you think about the free drawing software? That was the question I received, and if that tool works well for you, it's fine. But if you're using the freeware simply because it's free, then I recommend using Clip Studio. Using Clip Studio is better even if it costs a little. I recommend using a good tool. Among the available options, Clip Studio is considered the best program for drawing manga. So, I recommend you to use Clip Studio. It's also beneficial to save files in Clip Studio or Photoshop formats. Saving your work in a widely used format is ideal. Otherwise, the file's lifespan might be shorter than you think. You may not be able to open your manuscript files. That's such a headache. It's fortunate that you can keep accessing it, but it'd be a shame if you couldn't access your creation. So I recommend saving in a format that lasts as long as possible and using extensions from well-known programs. Therefore, I recommend Clip Studio. Then, there might be a question like this. What about people who can't buy Clip Studio? However, I don't think any of you watching this video are in such a difficult financial situation that you can't afford Clip Studio. If you can afford a new phone and tablet, I believe you can also afford Clip Studio, a program essential for manga artists. If you can afford to pay for internet service, I believe you can also afford Clip Studio's monthly usage plan. However, I know everyone's situation is different. Some people might be able to draw using a tablet with many drawing tools that they've purchased. For some might be studying manga in such difficult circumstances that buying even one drawing tool. People have different circumstances, so I completely understand. In that case, I just recommend using paper, the traditional method. Do you know what's the best drawing tool for drawing manga? Is it Clip Studio? I'm sorry to Clip Studio, but I believe not only Clip Studio but also creators and programmers of drawing tool programs worldwide would agree with me. The ultimate tools for drawing are paper and pen, or paper and brush. There are no tools in this world for drawing manga that can surpass paper and pen or brush. That's my belief, and I'm sure if you have paper and pen, for just a few dollars in your pockets to buy them, you can complete drawing a one-shot manga title for the manga submission. You don't need screen tones, just paper and a pen. That's all you need. This is the beauty of creating manga. A few sheets of paper and a pen nib, with just one bottle of ink. With these, there's no difference in tools between you and the professionals in the field, because you're using the same tools as the masters in the field. Isn't that amazing? For example, with a piano, can an aspiring pianist play on the same piano as a world-class pianist? No, right? But in manga, it's possible. Before the digital era, whether they were rookies or professionals, popular or lesser-known artists, everyone used the same tools, paper and pen. And I always say that studying should be done in an orthodox manner. After your debut and earning money, you can buy expensive equipment like a computer, screen tablet and programs, whatever you need. Studying manga with paper and pencil, pen and brush. They are the best. The traditional method is the best way to study. and it's the fastest way to improve your skills. There are many reasons I want to talk about paper and pens, and I'll talk about them in detail in another video. Anyway, that's it. Based on my experience. Newspaper, the back of a calendar paper, and an old ballpoint pen. Even an aspiring manga artist who studies drawing with such basic tools can become a Shonen Jump mangaka. I can say that with certainty, because that's how it was for me. You don't need to worry about not being able to spend a lot of money on tools. We have paper. If there's no paper, there's a calendar on the wall. Take it. If you don't have a calendar, try drawing on the newspaper. With these, you can debut and draw manga. Well, it seems that these are the questions from the Japanese channel. Please feel free to leave your comments and questions. The next one is the question from the English channel. Boichi, I have a question. I'm 16 years old and started learning to draw about a month ago. I'm learning to do art by myself, no art school or teacher, just YouTube videos and imaging. It's really hard. I want to be able to do beautiful art like yours, but I'm not talented, and I didn't start an early age like you did. I feel very disappointed in myself not discovering my passion earlier. It's really painful when I'm drawing. I want to be a great artist, but every time I draw it feels like I'm never going to be good. I really feel discomfort when I see other people getting better than me in fast pace. I hope you can give me some advice so I can overcome these feelings. I'm so grateful for you sharing your concerns with me. Thank you. Thank you so much. Because you are just like me. I was like you. I was really in the same situation as you. Even now, there's hardly any difference. I started late too. I don't have talent. I've always lagged behind others. That is me. You might wondering, hey, Boichi has been drawing since he was 2? But that's just a minor difference. Essentially, you and I are the same. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. It's really hard to talk while wearing a mask. Really hot. No joke. And it's hard to breathe. When the day comes for all the Shonen Jump authors to reveal their faces, I'll take off this mask too. Yes, I draw fast. And I started to draw when I was 2 years old. But there were very few opportunities to study. I hadn't read any manga tutorial books until I was 16. The only 2 manga tutorial books I could read until I was 18. And around when I was 18, the first useful manga tutorial book came out. So there were 3 books. That's all. I didn't have a way to study manga editing and layout, so I learned by watching movies. And the first time I could receive advice from a professional was when I was a freshman in college. And it was just for a very short moment. You're 16 years old, right? But you have a chance to ask me about your concerns, right? For me, I didn't have any opportunity. You have a much better environment than I did. I came to realize at the age of 14 that I wasn't particularly smart and lacked talent. Someday, I'll share my experience behind that. Back then, I firmly believed I was neither smart nor talented. But now, I see talent as nothing more than an illusion. At the age of 14, I believed talent and genius existed, but I thought they were unrelated to me. I believed that improvement could only come through repetitive practice, which lay ahead of me. There seems to be no answer other than relentless, repetitive practice. It was a conclusion in my life. One of the best decisions I made in my life. I believe that's what ultimately brought me to where I am today. That's how deficient and untalented I felt. When did you first start reading Japanese manga? And what was it? The first Japanese manga that I read was Dragon Ball, when I was 17. Before that, I hadn't truly read Japanese manga. The reason I say truly is because, in Korea, in the past, a few books were published where Japanese manga was traced and embellished to resemble Korean manhwa, and I read some. Even that I had no money, so I couldn't afford those books. So my close friend lent them to me. I read 2 titles. That's all. I started late and without talent. Now, do you understand why I mentioned that my start was very delayed? Many of you watching this video will likely be in better situations than the one I described. The moment I made the serious decision to enter the Japanese manga market was in 2003. I was 30 years old then. The following year, I made my debut in Japan. Decided to move to Japan. And made the move to Japan in 2007 when I was 34. at that time among the new mangakas in Japan. Since I too was a newbie mangaka, so they were my competition. Comparing myself to these new mangakas in Japan whom I had to contend with, I came to a realization. They are way younger than me. They speak Japanese, and I read my first Japanese manga at 17. But my competitors had grown up with Japanese manga when they started learning and reading books, while I had to study the lives, culture, and history of my readers and fans. But my competitors already shared at least the same level of empathy with the lives, culture, and history of Japanese people, because they are Japanese. And back then, no matter how hard I tried or studied, I couldn't experience the lives, school days, or family lives of Japanese people. But my competitors had lived through all of that since birth, because they are Japanese. Of course, it's not just disadvantages that I have advantages too. At that time, I possessed 5,000 books. Excluding manga, the count was 2,000. I pondered to myself, I think I read quite a lot of books. Additionally, I had a few students at the time. While it wasn't in Japan, I'm already a pro mangaka in Korea and had experience announcing manhwa titles. I had also announced some manga tutorial books. However, despite all that, my conclusion was crystal clear at the time. I could never surpass my competitors. To achieve comparable results, I knew I had to exert at least double the effort. In some instances, even 10 or 100 times the effort might not suffice. There is no way to surpass young artists who share the culture and sensibilities of readers at a similar age. Did I feel angry or disappointed in myself upon this cruel reality in the field? No, I didn't. I had never harbored thoughts of winning. My competitors might be superior to me. So what? It doesn't matter. It's fine if I don't emerge victorious. Talent, trends, and culture may not be on my side, but effort is on my side. This is something I already realized when I was 14 years old. I love studying and putting myself in the effort. Effort is on my side, and it's on your side too. It's okay if others acquire skills or achieve better results more swiftly than you. I don't aspire to grand success or to outdo anyone. I simply wish to live while drawing manga. I'm happy if I can lead a life immersed in drawing manga. Therefore, don't worry. Don't worry about it. Someone out there is undoubtedly advancing faster than you. I've spent my entire life observing such individuals. Oh, they're making such rapid progress. They're achieving remarkable results. So what? They are who they are. They're following their path. Today is today, so all you've done is put in effort. That's all you need. It doesn't matter whom you surpass. What matters is surpassing yourself. Hence, you need not compare yourself to anyone. And if you're 16, it's certainly not too late. I know an exceptionally amazing author who debuted in the 40s. He is truly remarkable. I have made my debut faster than him. So am I better than him? No, absolutely not. He is a great author. Give him a big support and love. There's even a recent instance in Japan where someone debuted in age of 60s. Amazing, isn't it? Give him respect and honor. All I want to tell you is this. No matter how old you are, whether your studying environment is good or not, there's no need to worry. There is never too late. No matter your age, it's never too late. 16. Buddy, you are so young. Even if you start at 26 or 36, it's still not too late. Starting is never too late. If you start now, it's never too late. However, if you didn't put in the effort today, you're lagging regardless of your age. Even if you're 2 or 4 years old, you're behind. So, make today fulfilling. If your competitors are making success, give them cheers and a big hug. And return to your desk to create the fun manga you've dreamed of. That is all you need to do. You can lead a life immersed in drawing manga. I'm so grateful that you share your questions and concerns. Thank you so much. Thus, I've addressed these 3 comments. Okay, that's all for today's video. Thank you for watching. See you next time.